What's good, fellow outcasts and other rejects? It's JNUzuller here, and welcome to We the Celestials, the anime outcasts. First things first, we upload anime what-ifs. Secondly, we hope you enjoy our content. If you do, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Now, let's get into the video. Deku ran through the alleyways of Hosu, searching for his friend Ida. After running for a few minutes, he saw Ida about to be skewered by the hero killer Stain's sword. He ran towards Stain as he pushed off the ground, hoping to prolong his friend's life, and threw a 5% Detroit smash right at Stain's face. The punch shot Stain onto the ground, but he caught himself with his legs. Stain got up and threw a small knife into Deku's heart. Izuku fell onto the ground, clenching the wound. "I can't die. One for All won't be passed down. I won't be able to become a hero," Izuku thought to himself as his eyes closed for the final time. Just before he died, he barely managed to send his location to Todoroki, hoping he would save Ida. "Izuku!" Ida cried out just before Todoroki arrived and shot a wall of ice towards Stain. Midoriya woke up in a forest, confused. Then, the thought jolted him. "I was just fighting the hero killer. What happened to Ida and Todoroki?" Both alive. One question remained. A mysterious voice spoke in his head. "What?" Izuku began, but stopped himself before using up the last of his questions. "Where am I?" he asked. "You are in an alternate universe where, instead of gaining quirks, the people of the land gained chakra from a god of the name Otsutsuki, and you've been given a second chance to live in it. 0 questions remaining. Shutting off," the voice responded. "I should check if I still have One for All. If I don't, it could be bad," Izuku thought. He activates full counting at 5% and starts running in a small circle, testing it out. "Hey, I don't feel any pain. Did One for All change somehow?" Izuku said while he stroked his chin. Deku looked around and peered through the trees, checking for any signs of civilization. He found a large gate and saw 2 people who appeared to be defending it. "Hey, where am I? Can I live in your guys' village?" Izuku said, walking up to the men with a friendly smile. The man with the hair that covered his eyes launched a surprise attack at Deku and tried to jab him in the back, but Deku activated full count and hopped out of harm's way. "Quick on your feet, huh?" the man asked. "We'll try to get out of this. Water release. Start syrup. Capturing field." As he flung a water-like substance out of his mouth, Deku landed in the syrup-like water, but he used 8% of One for All in his foot to get it off him. Then, he held his hands out as he tried to stop the fighting. "Whoa, guys. I don't want to fight. I just want some answers. I don't know where I am or who you guys are," Izuku said as he slowly walked closer to them. The other guy guarding the gate had long spiky hair and a headband around his head. He swiftly got behind Deku and was able to get the jump on him, knocking him out. Izuku woke up in a small room with a few people and an old man wearing a white and red robe, a blonde man with a black coat and blue eyes, and, finally, the 2 men who knocked him out. "Inoichi, read his mind. I'd like to interrogate this intruder," the old man said while sitting down. The blonde man then stepped forward and put his pointer and middle finger on Izuku's temples. "Where are you from? And what's your name?" the old man asked. "Shizuoka Prefecture, Japan. And my name is Izuku Midoriya," the blonde man heard Izuku think. He said Shizuoka, Japan. "I've never heard of it. Could it be a remote island?" He turned around and told the Hokage. "No, I don't think so. His chakra is everywhere. It's like he doesn't know it exists," the old man replied. "I don't actually. I just got transported here a few minutes ago. All I know is that I died and ended up here," Midoriya replied. "He's telling the truth. Could he have been reincarnated?" The man checked his mind and said again. The old man says unsure. "I don't think so. If he was reborn, he wouldn't look 13 to 14, it seems. He's been given a second chance of sorts. If so, that means the gods saw him worthy of one. He poses no threat. Let him go." The 2 guards Izuku fought earlier both cut his restraints, letting him go. "I'm the Hokage, leader of the village, and this is Inoichi Yamanaka, the man who read your mind. It seems like you can't control your chakra. If you wish to control it, I could put you on a Genin squad to practice, but if you don't, you'll become a normal citizen," the Hokage said after Izuku stood up. "I think I'd like to learn about chakra. It seems interesting," Izuku replied. "He was using some kind of strange technique earlier. That seemed to be chakra. It looked like he shrouded himself in lightning and became stronger and faster," one of the guards butted in and said. Interesting, Midoriya. Can you use it for me?" the Hokage said. Izuku uses full count, but accidentally goes overboard, uses 8%, flashing wind across the room, and blowing the Hokage's hat away. "That was definitely chakra, but I doubt you knew what it was," the Hokage said, picking up his hat from the ground. Izuku then started mumbling about the changes that One For All went through quietly to himself before snapping at it and apologizing. Ha ha ha. It's fine, though. You seem to be pretty intellectual. I know just the squad to put you in, the Hokage said joyously. He then whispers to one of the guards, and soon a man with a mask and gray hair had appeared in front of Hokage. Ah, Kakashi, I want you to look over this boy and train him in the ways of chakra. He has been given a second chance at life. Treat him as another disciple. You have a gaining squad right now, right? Well, treat him as if he were one of them, a fifth member to your squad, the Hokage said as he started smoking his pipe. Yes, sir, Kakashi replied as he turned around to Izuku. I will be giving you a test tomorrow morning. You'll show me what you're capable of. The test is simple. Just get a bell from me, Kakashi says to Izuku while visibly smiling under the mask. We don't have any single-room houses right now, but we do have a two-room house with somebody already in there. That'd be fine. He's a rambunctious 12-year-old boy, so only a few years younger than you, the Hokage said as he flipped through a few papers. That should be fine. The place is kind enough. The mate shouldn't be too bad, Izuku said just before he bowed to the Hokage. Izumo, escort him to his living quarters. Actually, I should appoint you a ninja first, the Hokage said before he opened a drawer and pulled a headband out. This shows that you're a shinobi of the Leaf Village. Wear it with pride, the third Hokage said, handing a headband to Izuku. Izuku looked down at the blue headband, with a stripe of metal and a weird spiral with a tail in its center. He put it on his lower forearm and smiled at the Hokage. Now you can take him to his living quarters, Izumo, the Hokage said. Yes, sir, Izumo replied as he took Izuku out of the room. You better keep up, Midoriya, Izumo continued after leading Izuku outside. Izumo jumped onto the nearby wall and started running on. Izuku followed with his lead and decided to use it as an opportunity to experiment with One For All. He started with 8%, slowly increased the percentage whenever he was comfortable with his current one. He finally got up to 30% before his muscles started to slightly ache with pain. Izuku decided to use 25% while following Izumo, and eventually got ahead of him. Try to keep up with me, Izuku said, as he started jumping around on the wall as he ran. Eventually, they both arrived at Izuku's new apartment. Izumo knocked on the door, and they were greeted by a short blonde boy. He wore a blue and white diagonal pajama shirt and pants, as well as a black buddy hat. Izumo, what are you doing here? Who's this green-haired guy in the weird suit? The blonde kid said as he still had his toothbrush in his mouth. I'm Izuku Midoriya, and I'll be your roommate. Nice to meet you, Izuku said as he reached his hand to Naruto. Nice to meet you. I've lived alone my whole life, so I don't know how living with others is like. New experience, though, Naruto said as he shook Izuku's hand. You seem to be getting along quite nicely, Izuku. Try to go shopping for clothes or something. Your current clothes are really weird. Oops, Izuku said as he looked down at himself and realized that he was still in his hero costume. Izuku walked into his new home and looked around in disgust. You live here? It's like a barnyard animal was purposefully messy, Izuku said as he walked up to Naruto's table. This book is expired. Eat this! Izuku continued shouting as he cleaned up some of Naruto's trash. Izuku spent the rest of the night cleaning up his room, which was full of trash, only being able to get to bed late at night. The morning after Izuku woke up, exhausted, but was forced to get up because of his test with Kakashi that morning, and Naruto's loud morning routine. Hey, what's up, Izuku? I'm about to head on my first day as a ninja, Naruto said, multitasking between talking to Deku and eating food. What a coincidence! It's mine too, Izuku said, being too tired to put the pieces together. Izuku walked out the door just a few hours before Naruto, but without their knowledge, they would take the same test that very day. Thanks, Outcasts and Rejects, for watching till the end of the video. If this video gets 20 likes, we'll continue this what if, but if we get 50 likes, we'll upload it this week. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video to get to the next part.